Hi everyone, I'm Bryan Neider, CEO of AbilityPath, and this is our regular update. Today is Thursday, August 27th. I want to start off with a couple of comments about the fires throughout the state of California, and certainly those locally here in San Mateo and Santa Clara County. We're keeping a close eye on the situation and seeing if there's any impact for our staff members, their families, our participants and their families as well, if they need any assistance or aid during this critical time. The fires are very, very serious. Make sure you have a safety plan if you're in an area that is being impacted by the fires. Be ready to move at a moment's notice. Be sure to check out the websites from Santa Clara County and San Mateo County on the local fire status. You're going to see those up on your screen here in 1 second. And also, if you want, you can go to www.fire.ca.gov, and that is CAL FIRE's update on the status throughout the entire state. So again, check any one of those 3 websites out to get the latest. Be prepared to move if you're in an area at risk. We want to acknowledge all of our local firefighters and CAL FIRE overall for the heroic job they're doing in battling these blazes throughout the entire state of California. It's certainly unprecedented, and we are grateful for their incredible hard work. I know that they're taxed to the limit in battling these blazes. So again, thank you to CAL FIRE and our local firefighters for all that you're doing. Next, I want to talk about some of our programs and what's happening here throughout the summer and how we're continuing to manage through COVID-19. So first of all, the state of California has provided new directives for the developmental disability system. We're just going through that right now. It looks to be a slightly more favorable support model going into September and beyond. So again, we'll have more details on what that means, but essentially all programs are continuing to be provided virtually. So that's not going to change, but how the state supports us is looking to be modified from the current state of emergency. Some specific program updates. Our Learning Links preschool, you may know, in Mountain View and Burlingame have been operating since mid-June. Families are happy to be back, teachers are happy to be back, and the children are really happy to be in the classroom. And again, these programs are being operated with limited class sizes in a social bubble, so the class has to be the same children and the same teachers each class. So we've modified, obviously, how that's operating in Burlingame and in Mountain View to accommodate what the county restrictions are and also with state guidance. Again, many, many thanks to the teachers and all of the parents for following all of our COVID-19 protocols and guidelines in operating the schools. And the teachers, thank you for doing an amazing job of getting kids back into class and supporting them with much needed early childhood education and also the social interaction with other kids. Our children's therapy is continuing to offer remote services. I think it's pretty amazing. In July, they served over 440 kids with therapy sessions. Roughly 85% of all the kids that we've typically been seeing are meeting their services via remote teletherapy. The other thing is we've started a pilot with some in-person programs recommencing. We have about 16 families that have wanted to attempt to see what it looks like to do in-person service versus virtual. Those have gone well. We're going to continue to offer those pilot sessions for families. The therapists, like I said, are doing an amazing job of providing very important services during the time of COVID using teletherapy practices, and they've really done a great job. Schools are back up and running, as many of you know, and that means that our therapists in the school districts are going back to providing services there as well. Our family support services team, be sure to reach out to the Family Resources Group. They've got all sorts of important information for families in the special needs community that could be of immense help during COVID-19. So be sure to check out what the Family Resources team is doing. The Help Me Grow team is continuing to do all of those assessments and supports for families virtually, and they're doing an incredible job with that. We're still working with the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative as a lead agency in providing support services in our local South San Mateo County area. Adult programs. So for over 18 weeks now, the team has been delivering virtual services, as well as packages to adults who aren't maybe able to access virtual remote classes. Over 1,000 packages and packets, educational activities included, have been provided to participants over that time, which is amazing. We've had over 900 handwritten notes by the AbilityPath Auxiliary reaching out to the adult community, letting them know that we're thinking of them and sending them messages of support. As I've mentioned before, we've had over 160 virtual classes created and offered every single week, which is just spectacular. They're really a lot of fun and very, very enjoyable to be part of. There's one called the Virtual Lunch Buddies, which I've had a chance to jump onto several times. There's a theme every week with the Lunch Buddies lunchtime program on Zoom. The one I attended most recently was a Disney theme with Disney characters, hats, and costumes. It was really a lot of fun, and the team has been doing that. As I mentioned earlier, with the state of California, we don't have in-person services returning yet for adults, though independent living services are in person and individual adult employment programs are in person. So those two are the exception to that rule. We're going to be rolling out a lot of details on how we're modifying all of our online classes, making them more accessible across all of our programs in Santa Clara and San Mateo County for folks to be able to access. We've been holding several town halls across all of our programs. We're going to continue doing that roughly once a month with important updates for participants, for families, and those that we serve and loved ones and caregivers. So again, we'll continue to hold those. I want to acknowledge that all of our administrative teams are working. They're still going full-time, whether it's in development and marketing, finance, HR. We have a lot going on in the HR area, setting our goals, working with teams, development programs for staff, and very importantly, our diversity, equity, and inclusion program, supported by a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee that we formed with some of our staff members. We went through trainings in the last couple of weeks. I have found it very, very important and significant work for our organization to really make our mission of inclusion much broader, much deeper, and much richer for all of those that we serve, but also for all of our staff and the community at large. It's been a great program, and it's just getting started. We had board members attending, all of our staff attended the most recent training sessions, and this is going to be an ongoing program that we're going to offer. It isn't a one-shot deal. This is something that we want to have part of our culture every day, every week, every month in what we do. So we're really excited with how that's unfolding. We do have work to do. There's some gaps in some of our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, and we're going to fill those. We're taking this very, very seriously, getting the feedback from our community as well as from our staff of how we can be the best possible organization out there. We want to be a leader in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that is a commitment for us to make that happen. And I want to thank the team for sharing your honest feedback about how we can be better and also the things we are doing well, which there are a lot of them, but we have work to do. I forgot to mention the facilities, folks. There's a lot of work going on with facilities up and down the peninsula and into Santa Clara County. As I mentioned, we have a refresh project underway in Palo Alto, but also there's a lot of cleaning and supplies and things like that where we are holding programs that we need to make sure that are being managed. And we're also rolling out a lot of the rebranding to AbilityPath at all of our sites at this time as well. So again, to the entire organization, all of our teams, thank you for your dedication and commitment, especially during these challenging times. And I know many of you are juggling things at home as well as at work. So we appreciate your dedication and commitment. Okay, upcoming event on October 22nd. We have an author's luncheon at 7 o'clock. It's now, while it's the author's luncheon at 7 o'clock, it is the nighttime edition. So we've got 2 authors that have been selected. We have 2 more in the wings waiting to be added. Put on my glasses to make sure I can read a little bit here. So Daniel Mason is a Stanford psychiatrist, an award-winning novelist, and he's going to be talking about his latest work, A Registry of My Passage Upon the Earth, which was published this year. The other author that has been signed up is Luen Yang, a comic and graphic novelist since he was in the 5th grade. He's going to discuss his literary journey that started at that very young age. In 2016, the Library of Congress and the Children's Book Council appointed him the National Ambassador for Young People's Literature. So again, Jean Luen Yang and Daniel Mason are going to be two of our named authors. We have two more coming, and we'll keep you posted. This is a very, very important event for us. It's been going on for many, many years. It highlights our mission. It's an engaging event. And I think everybody always enjoys the authors and our message of inclusion and what the work is that we do here. So you can go learn more at www.abilitypath.org/Authors Luncheon. That's all one word, Authors Luncheon. So again, www.abilitypath.org, Authors Luncheon. And last but not least, we're still waiting for Congress to act on additional pandemic funding relief. While the Congress has been adjourned, they're supposed to be coming back and hopefully hammering out a negotiation on the bill of the HEROES Act. We're going to keep you all posted. The new act underway is called the HEALS Act. And we want to make sure that the developmental disabilities community is included in that funding package coming from the federal government, which will also be supporting states and obviously local governments as well. We're going to keep you posted on that. You can take a look at our website, abilitypath.org/take action. And in that web link you can go to, you're going to see it up on your screen here. It'll give you options on how you want to engage to reach out to your congressperson or your senator on things that they can do to make sure that the funding is there for the community that we serve and support. So that is this round of the update from AbilityPath. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll have updates coming here again in the next couple of weeks. I wish you well, be safe. Make sure to follow all of your COVID-19 protocols, washing your hands, social distancing, and wearing your mask. I have mine over here, and I wear it every time I go outside. Go to the store or whatever, and make sure I use hand sanitizer and wash my hands. We had a dinner here last night with family members. Some have been screened and been tested and are fine. Other family members had not been, and we maintained social distancing. We all had our masks on. As much as I would have loved to have hugged my kids, some of them have been out and seen other friends, and we still maintained our social distance. It's important for all of us to be safe and protect our community at large. So thank you again, everyone. Until next time. Be well.